Unveiling the Enigma, fascinating insights into Jacques Derrida's philosophy. The birth of Jacques Derrida in 1930 in French-governed Algeria marked the arrival of a philosopher who would revolutionize the way we think about language and texts. Derrida's early exposure to the complexities of identity and culture in a colonial setting laid the groundwork for his groundbreaking theories. Transitioning from Algeria to the global stage, Jacques Derrida's early life was a narrative of overcoming adversity. As a young Jewish boy in a predominantly Muslim country under French rule, Derrida's unique background influenced his approach to philosophy, embedding a deep understanding of the other and the margins in his work. Derrida's academic journey began in earnest at the prestigious École Normale Supérieure in Paris, where he delved into philosophy. His innovative approach to texts, dissecting and analyzing beyond their apparent meaning, set the stage for his later work. This period was crucial in developing his ideas on deconstruction. The concept of deconstruction, which Derrida is most famously associated with, challenged traditional interpretations of texts, suggesting that meaning is not fixed but rather fluid and dependent on context. This radical idea reshaped fields beyond philosophy, including literary theory, anthropology, law, and political science. Derrida's relationship with structuralism was complex. Though often seen as a post-structuralist, he built upon and then critically diverged from structuralist methods. His work did not seek to demolish structures but to reveal the inherent instabilities within them, thus opening the door to new understandings and interpretations. Jacques Derrida's impact on post-structuralism is profound, reshaping critical theory and philosophy. His deconstruction method critiques the inherent oppositions within texts, revealing the instability of meaning. This approach challenged structuralism's search for underlying structures in language and culture, advocating instead for an endless play of differences. Derrida's exploration of major works, from of grammatology to Spectres of Marx, showcases his broad intellectual range. Of Grammatology critically examines the Western bias towards speech over writing, while the Spectres of Marx engages with political thought. These works underline his method of deconstruction, applying it across diverse fields and texts. The controversy surrounding deconstruction stems from misunderstandings and criticisms of its perceived relativism. Critics argue that Derrida's approach undermines the foundation of truth and meaning, leading to a form of philosophical nihilism. However, Derrida maintained that deconstruction was not about destruction but about revealing complexities and contradictions. Derrida's philosophical methodology extends beyond traditional boundaries, embracing a nonlinear approach to texts and meanings. His work transcends conventional philosophical inquiry, engaging with literature, linguistics, and psychoanalysis. This interdisciplinary method challenges the rigidity of academic disciplines, encouraging a more fluid and open-ended exploration of ideas. In The Politics of Derrida, Democracy and Friendship, he ventures into the realms of political philosophy, examining concepts such as democracy, sovereignty, and the politics of friendship. Derrida's writings on these subjects are marked by a deep ethical concern, advocating for a politics that acknowledges alterity and the impossibility of absolute justice. Jacques Derrida's contribution to literary theory is monumental, fundamentally altering how texts are interpreted. His concept of deconstruction challenges the idea of fixed meaning, inviting readers to uncover layers of understanding previously unconsidered. Derrida's work encourages a more dynamic interaction with texts, where meaning is not absolute but constantly evolving. Ethics and responsibility are central to Derrida's philosophy, introducing a moral dimension to deconstruction. He suggests that our understanding of ethics must be continually questioned and reevaluated. Derrida's ideas push the boundaries of traditional ethical discussions, advocating for a responsibility to the other that precedes any established moral code. Derrida's views on language are radically transformative, arguing that language is not a transparent medium for expressing truth, but is fraught with indeterminacies. This perspective shifts the focus from seeking definitive meanings to exploring the play of differences within language, opening up new avenues for understanding and interpretation. The legacy of Derrida continues to resonate across various disciplines, from literary studies to law, politics, and beyond. His methodologies challenge conventional ways of thinking, encouraging a critical stance that is both introspective and outward-looking. Derrida's influence extends beyond academic circles, impacting how we navigate and interpret the complexities of the world. In the realm of education, Derrida advocated for teaching philosophy outside conventional norms, emphasizing the importance of questioning and critical thinking over rote learning. His approach has inspired educators to foster environments where students are encouraged to engage deeply with philosophical ideas, developing their ability to think critically and independently. The relationship between Jacques Derrida and Michel Foucault represents a pivotal philosophical dialogue, marked by both shared interests and profound disagreements. Their discussions on power, knowledge, and the human subject have left a lasting imprint on contemporary thought, showcasing the dynamic interplay between deconstruction and critical theory. Derrida's exploration of death stands as a unique facet of his philosophical inquiries. By delving into the concept of mortality, Derrida challenges traditional notions of existence and absence, suggesting a new way to understand our finite nature. This exploration offers a profound reflection on the meaning of life and death. The introduction of a difference by Derrida is central to understanding his approach to language and meaning. This concept, deliberately misspelled, encapsulates the idea that meaning is always deferred, never fully present. This foundational idea disrupts conventional linguistic theories, proposing that understanding is perpetually out of reach. Derrida's engagement with the question of the animal challenges anthropocentric thinking, urging a re-evaluation of how humans relate to other beings. His work in this area questions the moral and philosophical boundaries that separate human from animal, inviting a more inclusive consideration of life and consciousness. The global reception of Jacques Derrida's work is as varied as it is profound, facing both acclaim and critique. His influence extends beyond philosophy into literary theory, cultural studies, and even politics, reflecting the broad application of his ideas. Despite controversies, Derrida's work continues to spark debate and inspire new generations. Jacques Derrida's reception on the global stage is as multifaceted as his theories. While revered by many for his groundbreaking contributions to deconstruction and post-structuralism, Derrida also faced criticism. Skeptics argued his work was overly complex and inaccessible, yet his influence permeated disciplines far beyond philosophy, reshaping literary theory, linguistics, and cultural studies. Derrida's approach to religion presented a radical rethinking of theological concepts, challenging traditional interpretations. By applying deconstruction to religious texts, he sought to unveil the inherent contradictions and complexities within them. This method offered fresh perspectives, although it also sparked debates among theologians and scholars about the nature of faith and the divine. In the realm of contemporary art and aesthetics, Derrida's theories have had a profound impact. Artists and critics alike have drawn on his ideas to challenge conventional understandings of art's meaning and function. His concept of deconstruction has been particularly influential, encouraging a questioning of the binaries that dominate art criticism and practice. The intersection of Jacques Derrida and psychoanalysis is a testament to his interdisciplinary approach. Derrida engaged with the work of Freud and Lacan, among others, to explore the unconscious structures of language and text. This intriguing crossover enriched both fields, offering novel insights into the psyche and the power of narrative. Derrida's philosophy of time disrupts traditional linear conceptions. Instead, he proposes a non-linear approach where the past, present, and future intertwine. This perspective has significant implications for understanding memory, history, and our anticipation of the future, challenging readers to rethink the temporal dimensions of human experience. Jacques Derrida's exploration of autobiography in his work offers a unique lens through which to view the intersection of life and philosophy. He often blurred the lines between the personal and the theoretical, suggesting that understanding oneself is deeply entwined with understanding broader philosophical concepts. Derrida's engagement with feminism presents a complex interplay between his deconstructive philosophy and feminist theory. While not a feminist in the traditional sense, his work has provided tools for feminist scholars to critique established gender norms and explore the fluidity of identity, thereby contributing significantly to feminist thought. The concept of hospitality in Derrida's thought challenges traditional notions of welcome and belonging. He posits hospitality as an ethical imperative that requires an openness to the other without conditions. This radical hospitality pushes the boundaries of social and political thought, emphasizing the importance of otherness and difference. Jacques Derrida and the ethics of memory delve into how we remember and the responsibilities that come with it. For Derrida, memory is not just a passive recollection but an active engagement with the past, highlighting the ethical dimensions of how we choose to remember or forget historical events and figures. Derrida's impact on legal studies is profound, as he deconstructs the very foundation of law and justice. By questioning the assumptions underlying legal systems, Derrida opens up space for more equitable forms of justice that consider the complexities and nuances of individual cases, challenging the binary of right and wrong. Translating Jacques Derrida's work presents unique challenges. His dense prose and innovative use of language defy conventional interpretation, demanding translators not just to convey his words but to reimagine his philosophical ideas across linguistic boundaries. This complexity often leads to debates about the fidelity and accessibility of his translated texts. Derrida's exploration of friendship goes beyond the traditional. He delves into its philosophical and personal dimensions, viewing it as a space for unconditional hospitality and openness. This nuanced perspective challenges readers to reconsider their understanding of friendship, emphasizing its ethical implications and transformative potential in human connections. The debate surrounding Derrida's Nobel Prize nomination in literature highlights the intersection of philosophy and literature. Critics argue that his work, while groundbreaking, strays from conventional literary contributions. Supporters, however, see his nomination as recognition of the profound impact his deconstructive approach has had on literary theory and criticism. Derrida's reflections on technology and the digital age are prescient. He foresaw how technology would challenge traditional notions of presence and absence, textuality, and authorship. His work encourages a critical examination of how digital mediums transform communication, identity, and our understanding of reality itself. Jacques Derrida's approach to environmental philosophy is subtle yet impactful. He encourages a deconstruction of human-centered perspectives, advocating for a more inclusive view that considers non-human entities. This shift challenges dominant paradigms and invites a reconceptualization of ethics and responsibility towards the environment. Jacques Derrida's influence on modern political thought is profound, challenging traditional notions of sovereignty, democracy, and justice. His deconstructionist approach invites a re-evaluation of political concepts, advocating for a politics of difference that embraces the otherness and unpredictability inherent in democratic societies. Derrida's ideas encourage a more inclusive and questioning political discourse. The personal life of Jacques Derrida, including his family background, educational influences, and the legacy he leaves behind, offers a unique lens through which to understand his philosophical inquiries. Born in Algeria, his experiences with anti-Semitic discrimination profoundly shaped his thinking and writings, embedding in them a deep empathy for marginalized voices. Derrida's relationship with contemporary French philosophers was complex, characterized by both camaraderie and contention. His interactions with figures like Foucault and Lacan were marked by intellectual exchanges that pushed the boundaries of philosophy. These relationships, fraught with disagreements and mutual respect, underscored the vibrant philosophical landscape of France during his time. The reception of Derrida in academic circles has been controversial. Critics argue that his dense prose and the esoteric nature of deconstruction contribute to a sense of elitism in academia. Supporters, however, see his work as revolutionary, offering new ways of understanding texts, culture, and society. This divide highlights the ongoing debate about the accessibility and impact of philosophical thought. Exploring Derrida's final works reveals a philosopher still deeply engaged with the most pressing philosophical questions of his time, even as he faced his own mortality. These texts, rich with reflections on death, legacy, and the future of philosophy, offer a poignant and insightful conclusion to his life's work, demonstrating his enduring relevance and the indelible mark he left on intellectual thought.